Hello, and welcome everybody out there in Twitch, YouTube, D&D land in general at this point. Welcome to the newest session of the Solemn Sagas. Before we start, remember you can always support this page and our phenomenal community by joining our Patreon. Link is in the description below. But you can also support us by just dropping us a like, a follow, giving us a subscription there on YouTube, giving us a comment as well. It really helps out the algorithm to pick up our stuff and throw it out there to the internet. We are so fucking close to being monetized. We're getting like close to 50 subs a week at this point, which is pretty cool. So yeah, once we hit that tier, why not go further, do more? We'll be able to. But I think that's going to be all the self-promotion for now. Gabe, want to tell us what happened last session?
Sure. Everyone starts out halfway through the trip, or no, a third of the way through the trip in the hut. And decides to try to clear out the stove's flue and ends up coated in soot, which made for an interesting time. Meanwhile, Rowan goes out, finds a big root for wood, and then falls into a gully where she finds a frozen goat. A naked Nothel who is griping about the cold runs out naked, grabs her and dimension doors her and they go back to the hut. And everyone eats good that night with a fire and goat meat. The night goes uneventfully, aside from a few conversations during the watches. Let's see. On the next day of the journey, Nothel finds something shiny and decides to dimension door off in the distance with Rowan to Gable's frustration, because there's no way he can get up there to help them in time, and they end up in a undead fight, but fortunately went pretty quickly, and they eventually made it back to everyone who was pretty pissed off at them. Kothar and Nothel slip at one point, and Gabe manages to keep them from falling. And Rowan and Ann finally make it to a cave for the next rest, with I think others, with Kothar, Nothel, and Gable right behind them. Gable has a little trouble climbing up to it, so Misty steps up to it. Another uneventful night, and Gabe gets the idea to remembers that he can summon the steeds, which might help. So the next day he summons a goat, only to realize that his boar that he's had for most of the adventure was actually a steed. And the last leg went uneventfully, aside from Nothel once again causing trouble by almost causing an avalanche, and everyone made it to the monastery without it getting killed or anything. So,
Alrighty. So, you've all been traveling for the better part of the day. You finally breach through the reaches of this wondrous landscape, the beautiful mountainous territory that has been your challenge thus far. You look forward and you see the mountain peaks lower themselves 20 feet at a time to different platforms with laid down lanterns currently lit with tiny little flames about them. There is an entanglement of wood that stretches across this landscape, connecting your platform to a further away one that has 3 large buildings. Very oriental style in nature. When you start getting closer, you notice 2 mountains have been chiseled carefully to appear as individuals. They're tall, slender. Their bodies are difficult to distinguish, and they both wear a mask that looks like that of a bird. The one wears gauntlets upon their arms, strongly connecting in a praying motion. They have intricate systems of light armor about them as well. The other stands pointing upwards towards the sky with a staff nestled into their shoulder. Both of which standing vigilant over the bridge. Rain is falling down at a consistent pace at this point in time. What would you all like to do?
It's warm enough for rain.
Yes.
Oh, that's
right
good.
here at the temple.
So
Ben's gonna take the opportunity to wash their hair.
It is freezing rain, mind you, but it is rain.
What was the temple called?
Shin Lei.
Do you think the bridge is steady, or is it slippery with the rain?
We probably had to get by the guards first. I assume we don't want to take them out.
Draco just looks over at you. There's no guards.
Draco, this is your place.
Yeah?
What should we do?
We should walk.
Across?
Yeah. Be careful. Don't try doing anything disrespectful, but be careful.
Yeah, I just wonder if the bridge is secure.
Yes. Bridge is secure.
I don't know. It'd be another test or something. Acrobatic test, I don't know. Dexterity training. Just want to make sure.
No, that's in the building to the left.
Oh, okay.
So, you all begin marching forward. Go ahead and place yourselves on the map. Begin moving.
Gabe stays close behind.
Nolt will take the front.
And, yep.
Nolt will take point besides probably Draco. He'll probably
Gerald.
be up here with me.
Yes.
I dragon drop my icon.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's already on the map. I'll put
Oh.
Draco in. Oh, big bird. Big
His
bird.
Draco could be in front
Sure.
of me. Because it's his place.
He will be in front, accompanied by Jockey.
I'll be behind Anne whenever she shows up.
They.
I
sure.
cannot ever remember.
All right, so you
Right.
see your picture on the character sheet? Not on the character sheet, but in the character sheet handout. Click and drag the
Gerald?
name.
Jero just does it for me because he knows I'm hopeless.
Yes.
Can you do it for me for this time? And then...
There.
Okay.
He knows you're hopeless as well. I should have.
Just a bit.
I have a little bit of faith.
I have my moment.
You complain about the boomers, damn it. And here you are.
Come back here, Anne.
No, In is going for it.
Oh no. You know what? This shall be irritating.
So, as soon as you step onto the wood, it feels dry by comparison of the rest of the landscape. The lanterns are granting you just enough of vision in this rain to assist you on your journey across. Draco and Jockey walk very steadily, both of which stop, bow their heads to either of the two statues. And you might have to zoom out to tell that those are statues.
Nolt will go next.
Gabe stealthily grabs Anne's hood to make sure she doesn't
They.
go too far. They don't go too far forward.
Nolt will bow to the one praying. And and proceed forward.
Draco looks back. Don't feel like you have to. It's mostly respects from us.
I pay respect to I pay respect. Y'all respect them? I respect them.
Right. And they keep wandering forward. As you are moving forward, you all notice an individual in the center of this platform. This individual is bald on top of his head with long, droopy earlobes. His beard stretches down, surrounded by massive beads of earth that sit as a necklace around him. The beard goes even further down to about his midriff, where you see he is sitting in the center of this circle, praying. He has a shoulder guard that represents that of a dragon, and he has a blade attached to his back that appears to have a feather for a handle, how it scoops and sweeps past. The individual sitting deep in meditation.
Is he physically in our way?
He is physically in the center of the landscape. Draco and Jackie both step forward and kneel before him. Draco, that's down. Just to let you know, it is down, the direction you're heading. Okay.
What, Nolt, you mean?
North, yes.
Oh, I was taking the stairs. I wasn't going up the cliff.
Okay.
I'm not actually going to use the stairs. They're there for a reason.
There are fucking stairs. I'm going to use them.
And you might want to stay by the stairs until they make our presence known.
So stand slightly behind Draco. I'm not kneeling, still standing, but a little bit farther back. Oh.
Rowan walks right up.
That was a joke.
All right. The individual keeps waiting.
And I'll slap Gabe's hand off and be like, I am not a child. And like it's constant battle. And it'll very respectfully kind of bow their head, hand on the chest, kind of deal.
Very formal, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gabe will stand back, tries to be respectful, but on guard, keeping an eye on in.
About 5 minutes pass. Not a single word, not a single motion. Draco and Jackie have not moved even in the slightest, though Nolth and Gabe, from your vantage points, you do see his back foot, as he's leaned onto it, is tapping very nervously.
Nolth just waits. Something's gonna happen eventually. It happens, it'll happen.
Gabe is bored, so he does a quick divine sense.
Okay.
Rowan's kind of snooping around by the edge of the building over here / cliff.
Are you being careful about that?
Hell yes.
All right, roll a stealth check. Gabriel, there are no celestials or undeads. However, you do sense fiends nearby.
Aside from N?
It's hard to discern.
No.
Natural 20 stealth means you always succeed. Despite the fact that he definitely would have fucking saw that. Homebrew rules are homebrew rules. Nat 20 means you succeed on a stealth check. Nat 1 means you fail on a stealth check.
What do I see?
As you wander closer towards this beautiful building, you look underneath a canopy as there is a balcony surrounding 2 doors. Both doors have carvings inside of them all across it that look almost like a paisley-like design swooping and grasping throughout it. You get closer up to them and look through all of the slits and divots, and you see inside of here appears to be bedrolls? Maybe 6 dozen of them in total, all positioned on a perfect, solid wooden floor that looks polished and beautiful.
Great. Rowan's now gonna use wild shape and turn into a weasel and scamper over onto Noble's shoulder.
You used wild shapes already today.
What? We didn't rest?
No, it's the evening.
Go.
We'll scamper over and sit on Noble's shoulders.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I'll stand next to him.
Yeah. So,
Is Beefcake with me, or is they standing outside the bridge?
Beefcake came with you.
I'm scratching Beefcake.
Or I guess it's called lamb cake now? Yeah.
I get too confused. We'll stick with Beefcake.
He's a goat. Goat cake.
At this point, Anna's like, just can't sit still, so they're like leaning back and forward on like their tippy hooves. Is
Yep.
that the correct phrasing there? Like, just like, like just trying very hard to be still and patient.
All right. About another 10 minutes pass. So a total of 20 minutes. Thank you, North. Where eventually the eyes of this individual open. Pure white in nature. He doesn't say anything, but without making any quick movements, he very fluidly stands up from his cross-legged position.
As Gable is scratching Beefcake, he takes note of it and watches that guy closely.
He puts both his hands behind his back. Rocco. Jockey. As he says these words, you all watch as a large strike of lightning arcs across the sky, slamming into the mountainside. Who are your friends? Draco stands up. Well, they are N. Gabriel, Rowan,
Gable bows.
and Nolf.
Eyes on the guy.
Just
his eye on
waves.
him.
And that is Beefcake. And why did you bring them all here? Well, Nolth needs to talk with you about a couple of things.
Pull out the mask and kind of just wave it a little bit in the background without saying anything.
Mask. So, Draco, you found yourself with the champions? Yes, sir. And you found my lost pupil. All of you, go inside. Get out of the rain. He gestures to his left, which is the right-hand side building.
So, proceeds.
Gabe leans over to Beefcake. Can you turn back into a boar right now?
He looks at you. Not unless you really want to make me do it. I have to use another spell slot.
No.
Yeah.
It can be our Gabe roll using a spell slot, I guess.
He can't ritual cast. He's a paladin.
Oh, so it takes a little bit.
You need to cast the spell normal. You can't ritual cast. You're a paladin.
Yeah. I mean, if I can just do it quickly, if not, I ask Beefcake if he can stay out here.
Yeah, Beefcake can wait out here. Draco will accompany you all inside. The doors swing open and don't make any noise whatsoever. And as they do, you look inside where all of these bedrolls are laid out. Draco begins walking around, sparks a light on a single candle, and begins lighting candles around the room carefully.
In's gonna try to find like a place to dry off that doesn't feel like just like wringing their hair out in the middle of the floor.
Well, all that is inside of this building is floor.
Oh.
And
Well,
beds.
Is there like an overhang on windows or something?
There is a canopy that goes over top of a balcony.
Okay, In will use
Or
that
a
to, like,
porch. Balcony is upper level, porch is up under.
yeah, so like In will do all of the drying off out there. So they're not actively being rained on, but they're not just like, oh, let me right here in the middle of your floor.
Already? Oh. And since you're the only one staying outside, you do see that Jackie drops to all fours in a very deep bow towards Leon Chi, who remains standing perfectly still.
Oh shit. In'll message Draco. Like, this doesn't look so good, pal.
Gabe will just stay close to N.
Draco continues lighting all of the candles and gives them a respectful berth. He'll reply to you. I mean, you make a bed, you gotta lie in it, right?
Yeah, it's true. Just feel for him, because, you know, you weren't there when I got my patron, but it was pretty much out of defiance. So I kind of see a little bit, you know, myself in him, and it sucks for him. Just wish I knew how to help.
So, how long do you expect watch?
Oh, So In's nosy. In is gonna hang out until it's like very obvious they're noticed, or they start getting cold.
In, stop being nosy.
No. Shh.
Gabe just follows close behind.
Nice candles. Candles are nice. Everyone.
So, N. At some point, maybe an hour into their conversation, Leon Chi steps up towards Jackie, and you watch as Jackie raises his head, and everyone else hears the clap of thunder echoing throughout the mountain as Leon backhands Jackie across the face. Anne and Gabe, you're the only two who know that was Leon striking him. Everyone else, it just sounds like thunder echoing.
Good thing In's pants are already wet.
And I would think Gabe would be trying to survey things as best as he can to Beefcake, since he's still outside, and telepathic communication.
Beefcake is staying a little further away. He's not really getting between them. Get that damage.
Oh yeah, of course.
And Gabe, you watch as Jackie raises his head again, and with the other side gets backhand equally as loud, echoing once again.
Gabe keeps an eye and make sure she doesn't go out and
They
don't go out and try to do something.
If it makes it a little easier, watch Zoom chat. I changed everybody's names with their pronouns.
How far away is Jackie from me?
From you, just over 30 feet.
How's
Just over
he
30.
looking? Question from Draco.
What? Oh,
Draco wants to-
how Jackie looks? Rough.
Yeah. Skip.
People don't usually get... Draco would know people don't usually get hit by Jackie, but Draco also would not know since he's not up there. Only N and Gabe are. Draco's giving a respectful birth.
Yeah.
This is a difficult choice. I'm considering doing my healing light, but I don't know how well that's gonna go. I'll give it another minute.
All right. The conversation continues. After the strike, Jackie just lays his head back down towards the ground. Towards the end of it, Leon begins approaching. And once he gets over to the stairs, Jackie then stands and heads over to this building. Leon walks up the stairs, doesn't look at UN, just opens the door. We can have our conversation inside. And he just gestures in front of him.
And I'll go in, kind of like, for the prissy flick of the tail, just kind of like, you don't know what I was planning. Like, it was very much like,
Yeah, Gabe just follows her closely.
Them
Closely, make sure they don't get into trouble.
No. As soon as you're inside, Leon steps in as well, closing the door behind him, crosses his hands back behind his back once again. Jackie will not be interacting with you all during your stay at the temple. Anybody who speaks or communicates with him will be evacuated from my temple immediately.
Gabe just gives N a annoying look. You hear that? And the look says,
And kind of like rolls their eyes at Gabe, but is still paying attention.
As champions, you are welcome here. But keep in mind, this is my home, and it has been here by my people longer than any of you have been here. Now, he gestures with his head in your general direction, Nolth.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for allowing me to use your mask with an extended authority. It was very helpful and insightful.
No problem. Just happy to have it back. As many goes to evil. I'm just curious about the man who used it.
Has Draco told you nothing?
I told him in bits and pieces, but I prefer judging me a person before I judge him to get you more test of their character.
Well, I am not one for talking. If you would like to follow me, you are welcome to, as I do my rounds.
Is there anything I can do to help while doing this?
No,
Okay.
you do not know the ceremonies.
May I
Can I
observe
follow?
these ceremonies?
Rowan, what'd you say?
Can I follow?
You are welcome to, as a friend of a champion.
Yes. No will follow. If Ron wants to come, Ron can come too.
Ron will take long.
Ready? He walks at a very brisk pace back over to this little circle.
He's just like fuming. Just like bad mouthing the whole time. Just
He carefully sits down, crossing his legs, continuing his meditation.
Ron, you want to do our meditate?
Yeah.
Elf will try and copy what he does.
Cool. Roll me a religion check, Nolth.
Ooh, Nolf's decent at those for his intellect.
Okay. You copy his movements, which is sit on floor, close eyes, wait.
Ron
doesn't-
does that.
Go ahead. What'd you say, Rowan?
Oh, Ron does it too.
Alrighty. He doesn't do any special hand gestures or anything. His hands are just seated on his thighs as he is just waiting. Nolth, Rowan, I need both of you to give me wisdom saving throws. Okay. Yep, just about. Nolth. About an hour goes by and you fall asleep. You've been sitting there. You're so tired. You're so fucking cold. You're soaking wet. You just go to sleep. Rowan, you see him kind of like lay down, and at this point you're also feeling incredibly tired. But you hear Leon's voice. You are welcome to go sleep. I don't expect you to be able to do that.
I think I can hang on for a while.
Okay. About a half hour later, you fall asleep. Because it has been a very long, treacherous journey up here. And there's something in the air. It makes you feel safe here. As if the normal threats of the world just don't exist. Or as if they're not welcome here. So the two of you just fall asleep. And I presume on the inside, nice warm, with your nice little roll-out bed and soft little tiny pillow that's just big enough for your heads, you all go to sleep?
Yeah. Pretty quickly. It's exhausted.
Alrighty. Well, N, a couple of hours into your slumber. Oh, jeez, now I'm sleepy. Huh.
You started it.
I know. A couple of hours. Yeah?
Takes the time to find C again, so he can join them as a port.
Okay. Easy enough. A couple of hours into your slumber, with everybody else sleeping around you, and you kind of get rustled awake. As you see, Leon is carrying Nolth inside, who, despite the fact that Leon is only 5'3", is being carried like a child. He unrolls one of the bedrolls, removes his shoes, puts tiny socks on him, tiny for his shoe size, and then places him on the bedroll. He then walks outside, and a couple minutes later does the same thing with Rowan.
Are Rowan's socks bigger than Nolf's?
No. He's like 8 feet tall.
Okay.
You do not have bigger feet than Shaquille O'Neal. You just don't.
7'1". He's sensitive about that.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah. And you see him place them both down. Then he heads back outside.
And I'll probably sit up for a minute and just make sure that they're both okay.
Roll me a perception check.
Perception check. Hey, dirty 20.
They are both fairly soaked right now. Since they were seated outside in the freezing rain. But the change of socks will make sure, or at least help them not get sick.
Okay.
They won't catch a cold, hopefully.
Kind of do like a little bit of like thaumaturgy and try and get like some of the water off of them.
Thaumaturgy doesn't do that.
Well, like the little gusts of wind and stuff, trying to like.
Oh,
do
okay.
that.
Nolth, Rowan, you both wake up a little bit to N blowing on your feet.
What the hell?
I'm trying to dry you off. You're
Yeah.
soaking wet.
Oh, I thought you were just trying
What
to
are
be
you
kinky.
doing?
This is not one of my particular kinks. It's trying to be helpful.
She's blowing you.
Faye.
They.
What's that mean?
We'll have that conversation later, Rowan.
We'll talk about that later. Well, I'm flattered by you blowing me. Can you please stop?
Just trying to be of assistance.
I thank you for it.
Alrighty. So, you're both back inside, and now that you feel the fatigue on your body, Uni sleeps.
Elf goes back to sleep.
Rowan makes sure her feet are tucked under the covers and then goes back to sleep.
Alright. With the socks. So, one by one in the morning, you all wake up. You look around, and all of the candles seem to have completely dripped down to a different little tiny hold. It has a separate chamber so that the wax that drips down would be caught inside of it, potentially for repurpose and reuse. They are recycling friendly here. So, now that it's morning time. Ah, fuck, I didn't prepare the other map. Shit. It is morning time, just letting y'all know. What would y'all like to do?
Both we get up, yawn, and start putting on this religious paint.
In is going to look about and see if there are like a bathhouse or anything of that nature, because at this point they would have just gotten wet and the soot is in their fur and hair and they're not a happy person.
Gay, now knowing he can communicate with Beefcake, just stays in the room and lets Beefcake follow her out and keeps an eye on her.
Them.
Damn, out and follow her.
Them. Follow them.
Rowan's gonna try to sleep in.
Okay, easy enough. There's nothing stopping you. Don't be disrespectful. They would never put themselves through that. You all begin going about your business. About a half hour after some of you woke up and have started doing your things, Leon steps inside, begins gathering up the wax. Bear with me here, everybody.
Beefcake nuzzles in honey for rubs.
Very clear. Leon looks at you all. You are staying here, you are doing chores.
Okay. Well, what do you need me to do?
What are you all capable of doing? I do not wish to ask you to do something that you yourself are not willing to risk and do.
Pretty strong, decent hunter. Good at carving things, and I can do simple menial tours and that requires a little bit of strength.
Everyone else?
I
I
fight
can-
and I fuck.
Already broke her. 45 minutes? Alright, that's what it took? Okay. So yes. He looks over at you. Sparring then.
Sure.
Good. He looks you up and down. You're allowed to keep your armor, but you cannot use a weapon. We want to make sure we don't corrupt your body past recognition.
Okay.
He looks at you, and or he doesn't really look, he just gestures with his head towards you.
I can mend things.
So you're a craftsman.
I use magic.
We don't allow that here. The ceremony of completing a task teaches you far more than relying on the convenience of your nature.
But it also doesn't deny my nature.
No one asks you to deny it.
And would you like to help me with chores? Do chores with me. I'll do the heavy
Sure.
lifting if you want to do the more dexterous things.
Sure.
She can assist me.
They.
They can assist me.
Kothar, yeah, sparring sounds pretty good. Cracks his neck. So who do I go up against first, huh? He just points at Draco. Which in an unarmed fight might be a fair fight now that I think of it.
Hey, brute force versus technique.
Yeah. The age-old question, what came first, the barbarian or the monk?
Barbarian.
Alrighty. Then he begins leading... Oh, Rowan, you never spoke up.
Aren't I sleeping?
Good point. He walks over, rips the blanket off of you. It's chores time.
What?
There's nothing wrong with your body. You can move. It's chores time.
What's a chore?
It's where you do something to show thanks to the people who help you and who exist in the place that you are staying at.
Okay. Ronald, get up.
What are you capable of doing?
She'll try to straighten her furs. I can forge documents.
He blinks at you twice. So you can write.
Yes.
Fine. I will have you write my letters for me then.
To your mom?
No, she's dead.
Oh.
He
begins walking out.
And just looks over at Draco once he's out and be like, what a dick.
Draco,
Can we, like...
he's not as bad as you think.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just old-fashioned.
Yeah, he's an old.
Can we make this stay here very, very short? Otherwise, my personal stay here is going to be very, very short, and the fall off the side of the mountain is going to be very, very long.
Yeah, it's not
So-
that bad. It reminds me of the eldest. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, sure.
And hates boomers.
Seeing that Anna's upset,
it is just like
Beefcake
little
goes
bits of
over
flame.
to them and just tries to nuzzle her and
Them.
them.
You got one.
Yeah, you got it one
I
time.
got
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Yay!
Yeah.
It's progress.
And he tries to get her attention.
There.
Their attention.
Beefcake is now on your lap.
And I'll pet Beefcake and be like, Can you believe that asshole? Just the whole like that whole like.
Do you
Can
want
you
me to
believe-
talk to him? I'm good with older folk. I'm generally good with
Beefcake
them.
just snorts twice.
He can speak
if
common.
you-
Now
Alright,
he
old
can
folk
speak
love me.
common, now that you properly cast the spell.
Oh, he can talk to other people aside from me?
Yeah. He can just telepathically talk to you. So as you're like talking to him and he goes, "Hey, don't worry, it can't be that bad."
Oh shit! And then it just like jumps up like.
Oh shit! You can hear him too.
Cake, how long?
Since last night? Sorry.
Okay, then I don't feel so bad. And I'm sorry I kind of threw you. You surprised me.
I was surprised too when I found out people can talk.
Oh, so we were just making noise.
Aren't you always?
Got a
Well,
point.
some of us are.
Gabriel, did you teach him that?
Don't look at me. I thought he was just a boar until yesterday.
Well, thanks. It's very nice to actually meet you, Beefcake. Do you like your name?
Yeah, I chose it.
All right.
So, hey, you want to get about those chores? Why am I speaking like that? Chores. Chores. There we go. You want to get about those chores?
Sure. Just so that I don't want to make trouble. Okay? I just want to be very clear to everyone. I don't want to make trouble. Just
Don't worry. I'll get in enough trouble for the both of us.
Gabe telepathically tells Beefcake, "Okay, stay with her and keep her calm, will you?"
Them. Or Beefcake looks at you. Them.
Yeah. If you want in, if Leon Chi comes back, I can speak to him. Old folk love me.
yeah, you probably should do that. Otherwise, I have opinions that will
All right.
make their way out of my mouth, and that will not be good for anyone.
As you're talking, Leon Chi appears in front of you, Ed, and hands you a broom and a bucket.
Shouldn't this be a mop and a bucket?
He looks down. No. You sweep the debris out from the other places into the bucket.
Okay.
And just goes and starts sweeping.
Is there any big debris you want me to pick up while they get the little debris?
No. However, he hands you a very tiny brush that's only about 1.5 inches long and maybe 1/2 inch thick. You can scrub the boards.
Okay.
You see him drop down and what is the equivalent of a toothbrush start scrubbing.
He jaunts a happy little tune. Do. He likes to sing.
I thought that was
this.
Police Academy for a second.
You can't beat no undying optimism.
Yeah. So, I forget what Gabe was going to be doing. Oh yeah, you're fighting. Yeah, you're fighting Leon Chi. So, I need you out in the open. Kothar and Draco are sparring because, 2 of them are around. So, Leon looks at you. So, what is your full name?
Gabriel.
Full name.
That's the only name I have.
Where do you come from?
A farm.
All right. As you reply with that, seemingly out of nowhere, psh, right across your face.
He was telling the truth.
Sure. He's going to slap you gently as he possibly can. So 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Where are you from?
I just told you.
No, you didn't.
I was born and raised. I was born on a farm.
He takes 2 steps around to your left. Where is this farm?
South of the city that I can't think of the name of. It's
Weldon Top.
south of Weldon Top.
No name to this place?
I never backstory that. No.
What are you doing up here?
Assisting my friends, Northol and any others when they could come up here for very different reasons. I also like to keep in and out of trouble. She gets in trouble a lot.
All right. 21 to hit.
No, it's 20. I don't have my shield up, so it's 20. Yeah.
Okay. He whacks you at the back of the head again for an additional 7. Them.
Damn.
So you come here to help them. That is all.
Yes.
You have no other purpose in your life.
No, not really. They're keeping in safe and helping my friends.
He glares at you when you say that. You are to be separated. He gestures towards the left building, the one that Jockey went into. Go there.
Gabe just looks at him for a second, kind of fuming a bit. Why do you want to separate me?
Because you are nobody. And I do not spend time on nobody. You're allowed out when you become someone.
Yeah, Gable just grinds his teeth, and then how wide is the complex? Is Beefcake in within a mile of where Gabe was going?
Absolutely, no matter what.
Yeah. Gabe just tells Beefcake in his head, keep my eye on in, and he walks off.
As soon as you open the door and step inside, you see Jockey on the other side of this chamber in deep meditation in front of a statue. And you do hear Leon Chi's warning in your mind yet again. Nobody talks to him.
Yeah, Gabe just finds a corner and sits down and just broods.
Alrighty. En and Nolth, both of you are cleaning. En, I assume, fuming, though you don't know the interaction that just happened outside
No,
yet.
but as soon as they find out.
Yep.
Yeah, In's like brushing so angrily and so hard that the broom is like fraying, and that's just creating more to sweep up. Sure,
Yeah,
there's a metaphor in that somewhere.
So, the two of you keep doing your tasks. Leon walks back inside after a short period of time and just stands at the door. He doesn't look at any of you, he just stands there.
Is there something you need from us?
No. When was the last time you cleaned something other than yourself?
I keep my things clean. I keep wherever I'm staying clean.
You keep control.
Sure.
And you, Nolth, when was the last time you cleaned?
Last time I remember cleaning probably was, besides helping out like Nacy shop, the real cleaning was probably a few years ago. If I'm gonna be honest, sir. Yeah, just cleaning around the village. Nothing like this though.
So you let things lay.
Let's say that I more have had nothing to clean.
Nothing.
Not really. And didn't really have much of a place to clean. Most armor cleaned when it rained, and when I was going places. Besides that, most of my stuff, I didn't really own anything that required my cleaning. I kind of was just wandering.
Just wandering.
Mhm.
He steps back outside, closing the door.
Let's get back to cleaning.
Like in is just like bearing like canines, like very just as angry as they've ever been in their entire life, I think.
Yeah, he's a very sweet old man questioning about me. Likes to know about me. He likes me. What do you think, Ed? I think he likes me. Seems very sweet,
Sure.
caring.
Uh-huh. Whatever you want to tell yourself, Knowles. That is a man whose
I make-
ego and belief that he is right above everyone. Oh, and it's just...
Nah, he just reminds me of Gramps.
Hmm?
Reminds me of Gramps. Grandpappy.
I'm very sorry that you have had people in your life that are like him.
They made me grow up, but they show in their small actions they care.
I have not seen anything remotely resembling caring.
We just met him today.
I get a good read on people. It's kind of the only thing I'm good at.
Pretty decent at it too. He's still brushing back and forth. Hey, I get a pretty decent read of him.
You have successfully scrubbed one perfect line down the floor of one of the floorboards.
Work on the next one.
And there's only about 92 of them.
Hey, better get to work. Now what's going on next one? Yeah, I don't know. Seems strict, yeah, but he's kind of running a monastery of monks. You kind of need to be. All the fires, the testosterone, and all that stuff, you gotta keep him restrained and leave. You know what they say? What was it saying? No sword can be made from copper. It has to be made from steel. You have to be tough sometimes.
This isn't about being tough. This is about being treated with respect and being seen as another complete and total individual instead of someone to do someone else's bidding.
Respect is earned. We haven't really done much to get his respect yet. You can see the difference in how he's treating like Draco.
I don't believe that that respect, the respect that one person should show to another for existing, needs to be earned. Sure, respect of authority needs to be earned, but he hasn't shown person-to-person respect.
I think he has. He hasn't spit on us. He gave us housing. He's given us food. In return, he's asking us to do something.
None of you have eaten yet, actually.
He's going to give us food. I think.
Don't know about that, and so
No, it was but still.
Would rather get done what we need to get done and go, because I'm gonna be the one that's struck with lightning next if we're here too long, because I've kept a cap on it, but it's not necessarily how things are going to stay. Speaking of putting a cap on it, where's Gabriel?
Beefcake looks at you. Oh, he's in the timeout building.
I screwed up already.
What?
Don't tell her that.
What for?
Bam. Because he was rude.
Supposed to keep her calm.
But constituted as rude.
I mean, Gabe.
Yeah.
You can't even deny that logic, and you can't even try. It sounds like him.
A lot better than the Kai.
It sounds just like him.
For clarification, can I hear and see what BK sees, or we just talk to each other?
You can only telepathically communicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You gotta respect your elders. Yeah, Nova's very traditional.
Speaking of which, Rowan, I would like you to give me a survival check. Or sorry, not a survival check. He walks with you into the middle building. As you get inside, you notice that there are hundreds of stacks of paper seated at a very simple wooden desk that looks like it's possibly hand-carven. He walks over where you do see that there is a large, comfortable chair that he pulls out and then gestures to you.
Rowan will very warily take the seat.
He then pulls up a small pillow, sits on it right beside you. So, thank you for helping me with this.
You're welcome.
Please tell me what these papers say.
Rowan looks at them. What do they say?
Roll an investigation. Alrighty, so you start with the first stack directly to your left. How does Rowan always end up having to do, like, secretary work?
I don't know. I think it's very sexist.
I think it's because you're the only person who advertises you know how to read and write.
You're probably right.
Where everyone else in the party, it's not surprising they can't. But you read through the first pages, and it expresses that a community nearby is asking for help to be sent their direction. They're dealing with some abnormal activity from creatures that seem to be surfacing and that the mountain is responsible of handling. This is dated roughly 2.5 years ago. Then you go to a different page that expresses the need for his attendance at a social event. Apparently he was invited, and they wrote the letter in a way that tried to make it sound like he was expected to go to this place, as if he had a duty to do so. That was also about 1.5 years ago. And you keep going through all of these mundane pages, but then you start getting to books that are from the other Shinlei temples. There are 3 books in particular. Drunkta, Grimoire, oh, I spelled that one wrong. Spelled it wrongly. And Frierston. All 3 of which are asking him for an update on recruitment for his temple. Asking him to consider or reconsider different trainees from the primary Shinlei temple to join and accompany his in particular.
These are books, Gerald?
These are letters.
Okay.
Apparently all 3 of them are asking him repeatedly through many different letters over the past 1.5 to 2 years for him to replace trainees or younglings at the monastery.
Leon, geez, some of these are pretty old.
Yes.
Can you not read?
No, I cannot.
Okay, so this one, and Rowan will pick one up, says you missed a date to a party.
He holds his hand out for it,
She'll hand it over.
crumples it up, and throws it in the corner.
This one, she'll pick another one up, says it's a village and they need help because there are these creatures that are causing problems, and they say it's your job to deal with them.
Please place that one to your left. I already did it.
Okay. This one, and this one. She'll grab a couple letters from
Each
other.
one of the 3 places?
Yes. This one's from Drunkta. This one's from Grimoire. And this one's from Frierston. And they're asking for recruits.
He closes his eyes and exhales deeply. Can you write a reply for each of them?
Sure. What do you want to say?
I am sorry. I am not bringing anyone else to this temple. It will be guarded by me, those who have proven themselves to me specifically. All others will be asked to leave, and visitors will be encouraged to leave of their own volition. As I do still hold sacred to sanctuary if they seek it.
Rowan's scribbling all this down.
Roll a charisma check.
To see how pretty my handwriting is?
No, to see if you can reform it to sound a bit more proper. He's just telling you what he wants it to say. It sounds pretty shit.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you write verbatim what he says. And then you write at the top, Drunkta, Grimoire, Frierston, and just duplicate the letter 3 times.
Okay, but at the end, she signs it with greatest affection. Leon Chi.
All right.
So, you're not taking any more people?
No.
How come?
It took me a year to clean the bloodstains from the floorboard.
What caused that?
Jackie's inability to listen to rule.
Well, that seems a little harsh. I'm sure it's not that bad.
He broke one rule and was forced to murder every single person who was here.
What? Excuse me, what?
He broke a rule, and because the rule was so important, he was forced to murder every person at this temple.
By whom?
That is not something I am at liberty to share with you.
Sorry, are you the only survivor then of that incident?
I was not here when it happened.
Oh, okay.
I was away dealing with the other letter.
What other letter?
The second one you brought up.
Oh, yeah. Was Draco here when that happened?
No.
Does he know about it?
Yes. Draco was the last performance that showed enough potential. I would allow them to belong to this temple.
So,
He followed orders. He learned. And he cared about others more than himself. None of the other younglings could do that.
So did Draco, graduate? You guys have a graduation here?
He has not become a master yet.
Oh, okay. What happens to younglings when they're not fit to become a master?
We trained them.
So, what rule did Jocko break? Or, no, Jockey? Yeah.
He went somewhere he was not supposed to.
Like the library? Where did he go?
Why do you want to know?
I'm just curious. I mean, it seems like a pretty big event. We're staying here. I'd just kind of like to know a little bit about you, so I know, just like what we're getting into.
He went somewhere that is off limits to any of you, far away from any of your influence. I apologize, but this information needs to stay hidden from the world.
So what are you gonna do with Jockey?
I don't know.
Well, you're not gonna kill him or anything, right?
No.
No one else is gonna kill him or anything, right?
I don't know.
Are you like the boss here, or is there someone else you report to?
I report to only the guardian of this temple.
Who's that?
Queen of Ravens.
Oh. Is she nice?
No.
Okay. Okay.
She is not nice. She is not bad. Not good. She simply is.
So just kind of like,
Are you looking for religious teaching?
yeah, just like very mild though.
Roll
Like
an
clip
insight
notes.
check.
Okay.
He seems a little happy when you say yes. Not like ecstatic, not like Anne or Nolth happy, but almost like Gabe happy when Kothar gets hurt. Which is just like a passive smile.
I would say he's happy.
Sadist.
Well, the Queen of the Raven. She is a celestial being. She seeks to keep things moving in a way that benefits us mortals. To be sure that we will always have the choice that we need to exist. And that the things that would corrupt that choice, remove it from us, are crushed indiscriminately.
So, did whatever whatever Jockey did that then result in all the pupils here not having a choice, and that's why they had to be murdered?
No. It took away his choice and forced him to kill them.
Oh, did something like take over his body? But did he maybe not know what he was getting into?
He did not. He broke the rule. He knew why the rule was in place. And because of that, 36 students and 2 masters died. What we do here is important. It keeps everyone else happy and complacent. It allows them to live their lives, not knowing the dangers that lurk behind a shadow. He understood what he was doing, and he broke that rule. That is why I'm upset. I do not fault him for all of their deaths. That was not him. I fault him for a mistake. One that I should have drilled into him better.
When we first came up here, were you talking to the Raven, the Queen of Ravens?
No. I was stilling myself so I did not kill him.
Is there anyone else? Go ahead.
This temple has a connection to all those who have practiced here, lived here, called it their homes. I still speak to them every day.
So, Rowan's pretty uncomfortable at this point. Are there any other people you want me to write letters to, or?
No. He stands up and begins walking out.
Is Rowan in there alone?
Yes.
What do I see?
Roll an investigation.
Holy shit.
17 again. That would have been the one for your DM inspiration, huh? 17. You look around at the table before you, and, well, you do see all the notes and everything else, but you look back behind you. What languages do you speak, Rowan?
1 second.
Yep.
I speak. Okay. Common, Druid, and Elvish.
Okay. You do not recognize what the writing is inscripted on the back wall, but it appears to be some type of large piece of parchment that is very delicately calligraphied onto it with thick black ink. Aside from that, you do notice behind one of the large tapestries that illustrates the Shinlei Temple's layout, there may be a large circular door.
Oh shit. Okay, Rowan's gonna do 2 things. The first thing is she's gonna grab a scrap piece of paper and try to mimic the word that she sees on the wall, but that she doesn't understand.
All right, roll your calligraphy with dexterity.
I don't know if I have calligraphy.
Your
Forgery?
forgery with dexterity, yes.
So how do I do that?
Alrighty. Character sheet, scroll down, forgery. When you click it, it'll ask you what attribute. You click dex, and then hit submit.
So I'm clicking it, but nothing happens.
Look behind your character sheet, it might have already popped out.
Oh god, there's gonna be hundreds now. Oh, there it is.
Yep. Okay. You copy it down as best as you can.
Okay, and then Rowan's gonna go over and investigate what may or may not be that circular door.
Okay. You get back behind the large tapestry, and you do see a very large vault door back there. It has an obsidian bricking back behind it, but it's made out of a very thick red-colored wood on the front of it that depicts something that you can't really see while behind the tapestry. You'd have to move the tapestry out of the way and look at it taking several steps back.
Okay. Can she try to open it?
Sure. Give me a another investigation check. It does not seem to have a handle or anything that would work. You push, nothing happens. You pull, you shove, you slide, it doesn't move at all.
Are there any points in that wooden door that look like they would allow a mouse to squeeze through?
Oh. Possibly, yes.
Great, Ron's gonna turn into a mouse.
Okay. As you do so, you have your animal companion crawl out of your pocket. This is good. We shall go.
Yes, genius.
And the two of you scurry in. Roll me an acrobatics check as a mouse.
Okay.
You should still have the mouse character sheet, right?
I think so. I have a weasel.
Close enough.
Okay. Sorry, what am I rolling?
It's not proficient, so dex. 13. You try squeezing through one of the passages, but even as you collapse your body as little as you possibly can, you're not really squeezing more than just your head past one of the chambers. And when you look past, there appears to be a very darkened hallway that goes directly into the earth on top of this mountain that you stand. And as soon as your head passes through, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
We're all going to die.
19.
I'm not sorry.
You feel something try entering into your mind, but luckily you managed to stave off against it. You hear just a voice. Please, it hurts so bad. Help me.
Oh my god. I can't talk as a mouse, right?
No, but that was in your mind.
Oh. Frank! Frank!
Duh.
Did you hear that?
Duh.
Can I... Oh, I'm gonna try to speak in my mind. Hello?
Help me, please. It hurts.
Who is this? Where are you?
Help me, please. This hurts.
Who is this?
I am here. Down. Help me.
Roan takes her freaking mouse head right out that hole.
What happened?
There was this very odd, disjointed voice, and it gave me the willies. And I think there's something in this mountain, and I think that the monastery's here to defend against that. And I think we should leave now. Also, there was a mass murder here before we got here.
That is a lot of information at once.
Yes, I'm sorry, Frank, but you're really my only true confidant.
Duh.
Yeah. Okay, let's leave. And then Rowan will turn into a people.
I turn into a people. And does that every day. Was that disguise self? Okay, you turn back into a people.
Scoop Frank up, put him in that ugly fanny pack.
Yep. A phenomenal fanny pack, actually.
Rowan will speedwalk the F back to the joint hut.
Alrighty. You see Leon seated back in his same meditative state as you run. Or do you run or do you just walk? Like speed walk?
Speed walk, like tight butt cheek speed walk.
Nolth, you're about halfway done the third of the rows as the door slams open with Rowan.
Hey, Rowan.
You guys. And Rowan will take a step in and then slam the door shut. There was a mass murder here. I stuck my head into a hole. I heard this really weird disjointed voice. I think that there is a demon creature under this, and I think that the monastery is guarding against it. We need to leave. I think we are 2 hot seconds away from death.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened with Chucky.
I'm processing that. Yeah, that's what. Okay, give me a second to process and think this all through. Okay, so.
Yeah, so the sticking your head in there, Rowan, is what happened to Chucky.
What?
Okay, so that's what Jackie.
Talking about?
Uh-huh.
How do you know that? What are you talking about?
How do I know that?
He told you.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did tell me. Yeah.
How did he fit his people head in that door?
I think he may have opened the door.
Oh my god, am I gonna murder everybody?
You probably would have by now if it was gonna happen.
I give it a 50-50. Yeah, it'll be fine. You're the champion. You're the champion. You'll be fine. Jackie wasn't. Yeah, you got his protection.
There's something seriously demented in this mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's freaking Leon Chi.
No, I think she means the demon underneath, not the old man. Just because you don't like him doesn't mean he's evil.
Beefcake looks at you and goes, honestly, Rowan, you're like the only one who didn't know.
Yeah.
That's Beefcake communicate.
That was probably a conversation that we had while you were with Yggdrasil.
Yeah, it was.
I am the only one that didn't know that Jackie was a mass murderer and that Satan's love child lives in this frickin' mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we come
And
here?
you don't live here? Sorry, you said Satan's love child.
Can I say Beefcake is keeping Gabe advised of what's going on?
If you want to break Leon Chi's rule and have Beefcake communicating with you,
Ooh.
that's your call.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a thing. Yeah, I was.
You're in timeout. No one's supposed to communicate with you at all.
Oh. Yeah, sure.
You want to break the rule?
I telepathically talking with the Beefcake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gabe wants to keep track of N, so.
Okay, fine then. You break the rule.
Oh my god, we're all gonna be masterminds.
Yeah, we've known about this for a while, Ron. As long as the thing doesn't get out, we'll be fine. I think
Rowan will.
that's why the old man there. That's why the Aunt Cheese here. You can make sure it doesn't happen.
Rowan
It's just gonna be a problem, but until then,
Rowan will grab N around the shoulders, like on each shoulder. N, listen to my thoughts right now. Listen to them, and then Rowan is going to try to replay the effing voice from in the mountain.
I will use my detect thoughts for the day to do so.
Okay.
I don't think this is a good idea as they cast that spell. I'm
All right.
almost certain that this is not a good idea.
You cast Detect Thoughts, N. Or do you not?
In will.
Okay. Immediately, you are greeted with thousands of thoughts within your range. Every single individual who called this place home, who still lives here, by their own choice and volition. Many of them peaceful, happy, wanting to know how their family is, wanting to know how their ancestors are, if you know their sibling, if you know their family. Many of them are calling out for you to kill Jackie. I need you to roll a perception check to filter through. Dirty 20!
Woo! Ann's good at that.
Yeah. Dirty 20. You filter through and you connect with Rowan. Now, what's the range on this again? I think it's something like
Self.
it's you detect thoughts within a range of
30 feet of you. There it is.
Oh, only 30 feet?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's there.
Okay. So yeah, you hear Rowan's thoughts as you filter through all of them. And it sounds just the same as that creature. And interestingly enough, N, you hear the thoughts of that creature as well. Help me. I'm stuck. Wisdom saving throw in.
Ooh.
I am gonna use my advantage. 11!
Oh, shit!
I
And
knew it was a bad idea.
it's a good thing your eyes are already black. You hear, help me kill them.
Shit.
I need
Oh,
initiative.
no. I have to pee.
Go pee. Go pee. 5 minutes, everybody. 5-minute break. We'll be right back.
I warned you, Ann.